Good morning, students. Today I will be discussing soft skills for business of third semester BBA, Bangalore University, unit number 2, public speaking. In this unit, I will be discussing third session. So, the third session is on principles or strategies of public speech and presentation. Let us see what are the principles or strategies of public speech. Already we had discussed about art of public speech, what are the do's and don'ts in public speech. Now we will be discussing on what could be the principles, what could be the strategies of a public speech. We have, for our convenience, we have divided into two major parts. First part is A, you can see on the screen, planning and preparation of the speech. This part we will discuss about how to prepare in advance, how to outline beforehand, and how to proceed. Under this subhead, we have deciding the purpose of the speech. Dear students, if a public speech or if a speech is conducted without purpose, it will have no meaning. So, what is the purpose of organizing a speech and how it is going to be influential to others? I will give one small example. The purpose of university or college lecturer or professor is to feel compassion for other beings, is to feel is to give lecture to the students to stimulate thinking, to give lecture on the latest current trends in a particular topic that they are discussing. Meanwhile, if the religious preacher is giving a speech, the speech of a religious preacher is to give the details of traditions, give the details of practices, and give the details to the audience how to attain moksha, can give the details about karma, can give the details about dharma, can give the details from epics, from mythology, or from any books of guidance. When a trade union leader is giving a speech, the trade union leader may give the speech relating to the rights, relating to the problems, relating to the benefits, relating to the duties and responsibilities of workers in an organization, to bring about good relationship between employer and employee. Therefore, the purpose of a speech differs from one speaker to another speaker depending upon their area of work. Then, when a person is speaking in a platform of their relativity, as I gave the examples, depending upon those platforms, they should prepare the speeches. Making the audience analysis. See, in the last class itself, I told that once we do not know about the pulse, we do not know about the needs and desires of the audience, we cannot influence audience, we cannot keep audience for a long time to listen to the speeches. When we know the pulse of the audience, then depending upon their needs, depending upon their demands, if we speak, they will be interested and they will involve themselves in a public speech. How we can make the audience analysis is a question. When before giving a speech, one should have audience analysis. Okay, it is a very good principle. How we can have audience analysis? What we can do for this is, there are some important questions that need to be solved. There are some important questions that need to be analyzed. What do they have in common? What do they have in common? Whether they are age, their age is in common, their ethnicity is in common, their language is common, their interest is common, their gender is common, their religious faith is common, their level of education is common, or their community or social group is common. All these questions need to be understood before going and giving a speech to the public. Then, do they know much about the topic in advance itself? That is also important, because if already they know something about a topic which is going to be spoken by the speaker, if it is already known, they will lose interest. That is a type of audience analysis we need to make. Why these people listening to the speaker? What do they want to know? Why they are going to listen? What do they actually want to know from the speaker? And what level of detail will affect for this audience? See, actually, when the details are given, it should not be given in a haphazard way. The details should be given in such a way that it should affect them positively. What are the things that may offend or alienate them? What are the things, what do they expect? How to establish a rapport between the public and the audience, the audience. All these needs to be understood so that a proper level of a rapport is built up, a proper understanding of rapport is built up between the speaker and the audience. The next one is searching the relevant material. See, I had already discussed in the last class itself that without relevant material, if someone goes and speaks out casually, it will not have its impact at the larger extent. Depending upon the need, depending upon the necessity of the speech, the speaker need to collect facts and figures, information from available primary and secondary sources. Then organizing the speech. How a person organizes a speech is a important aspect. This is the core concept of speech. How a speech is divided, how a speech is divided and interrelated from one stage to another stage is a very important component of a speech. See, it depends upon the speaker, it depends upon the situation, it depends upon the circumstances again. See, when a speaker is given the opportunity to speak on the platforms, he or she can organizers make a structure of the speech in different ways, in their own styles. But preferably, what happens is when we organize the speech and go step by step, it will be effective. How we can make this speech effective through its organizing structure? In the first instance, the speaker need to give examples. So before starting the speech, the speaker can give examples, brief illustrations about the backup, or explain a point. For example, marketing consultant explaining how the name of business can attract, and for naming the business, asking the audience or asking the interested parties or participants to give clever names. After giving the brief illustration through examples, the speaker can tell stories, illustrate a point by describing an incident in some detail, both hypothetical or factual. By giving the stories, the speaker can bring attention of the audience. This is how we can organize a speech. First, he can give examples. After giving examples, he can tell a story to bring the attention, to make the audience alert. And later on, he can provide the statistics or numbers that are used to represent an idea. This can effectively link audience frame of reference and provide them the picture in brief. Like for example, 36% market share, 10% of customers, 20% of customers. Likewise, if he can deliver the statistics in front of the audience will feel interesting and they give more concentration because facts and figures are presented in front of them. After giving the statistics, the speaker can organize the speech through comparisons, comparison of idea, comparison of one idea with the other idea. What does this do actually? Why comparison is required? This will give rise to the evaluating and judging mind of the interested parties or the audience. When comparison is given, evaluation process will start in the mind of audience or interested parties. Then the speaker can give citations or the opinions of experts to a particular point, not all the details, but to a particular point he can give a citations. At the same time, in a public speech or in any type of speech, use of photographs and diagrams, pie charts, bar diagrams, column charts, pictograms, slides, handouts, giving the handbills or handouts, all these things comes under organizing of speech. From one stage to another stage, how the speech should proceed, how all these should be interconnected, and how all these can influence the audience should be properly arranged, organized. Then the fifth one is reviewing the speech. Reviewing the speech, after organizing and writing the speech, the speaker should review the speech, whether the valid points are included in the speech or not, whether anything is left out in the last fourth step, organizing the speech step. If anything is left out, any examples, relevant examples are left out, any story, the story may be effective or not effective once it is brought in front of the audience or interested parties. The statistics that is that is provided, whether it is relevant or not, the comparisons that is made, that is relevant or not. All these things play a very important role in reviewing the speech, whether the speech is going to be influential or not, whether all relevant things have been maintained in the speech or not. Whatever is written, whatever the write-up is made before the speech, it needs scrutiny, it needs examination, it needs verification, because when the speeches are conducted, it is conducted for some purpose, and that purpose need to be satisfied or attained with this type of influential aspect. Then we will come to the second part of strategies or principles, that is delivering the speech. Once if everything is ready, all material is ready, all material is ready, the next stage is to deliver the speech. So while delivering the speech, the speaker need to keep in mind some of the important components, some of the important essentials, prerequisites. Let us discuss one by one. Creating an effective introduction. When the speech is going to be started, in the introduction part itself, it should be made effective, create interest among the audience. Why it is done? Creating an effective introduction means creating the attention of the audience. How one can create the attention of the audience? There are various ways. By raising the question, by telling the related interesting story, or opening the speech with a striking quotation, or highlight the shocking facts. With all these things, one can create an effective introduction and bring about the attention of the audience. Second one is making the speech easy to understand. Making the speech easy to understand. That means to say that if there are any complex words, phrases or vocabularies used, translating them or making them easy to understand, use of vocabulary or phrases, different phrases to explain them with examples. Otherwise, what happens is, if any buzzwords or puzzle words are there in the speech, repeatedly telling them so that they can understand it. Otherwise, they will not understand it, they may lose interest. Next one, helping the audience to listen. Helping the audience to listen. How one can help the audience to listen? There are some ways for that. How one can help the audience? Rely on shorter, simpler sentence structures. See, when the structure of sentences are shorter and simpler, indirectly you are helping the audience to understand or to listen. Avoiding too complicated sentences. If we do not avoid the too complicated sentences, audience may not understand it. As a result, they lose interest. We should limit pronunciation usages. We should use the pronunciations easy to understand so that the audience get benefit out of this. In this way, one can help the audience. In what way the speaker can help the audience? By using simple and shorter sentences, not using too complicated or puzzle words or buzzwords, something like that. Then, delivering the speech. While delivering the speech, the speaker need to keep ready the visual elements if they have. After starting the speech, they should not ask for the connectivity of electronic gadgets or visual elements. Before the speech itself, everything should be arranged in advance. Taking care of visual elements. Visual elements could be the screen, visual elements could be the LCD projector. Visual elements actually help in giving colorful presentation and attracting the audience. We had already discussed about this topic in the presentation session. Then when at the time of delivering the speech, the speaker should keep the visual elements ready. Then the speaker should dress well. The speaker should not move from one side to one corner to another corner. It will distract the attention of the speaker. It will distract the attention of the listener or the audience. The speaker should be stand and move effectively with confidence. Once the speech is started, it is the responsibility of the speaker to keep an eye contact with the audience or the interested parties. So, at the time of delivering the speech, first of all, in the fourth point, taking care of visual elements, the speaker should ensure that the laptops or the computer is connected to projector and the screen is visible to everybody. Sound effects. Then he should dress well. He should move and stand effectively with confidence. All these things need to be kept in mind, and the speaker should not show the back whenever he or she is speaking. Show the back time and again and again. It is a bad mannerism, therefore it should be avoided. Movement should be avoided. Asking questions again and again should be avoided. If the large number of audience are there, voice modulation is preferable. If the number of audience is small, then he or she can make use of the voice modulation as per the need and necessity of the circumstances. Taking care of verbal elements. Verbal elements means while speaking, one should pay attention on some things. that is the oral words, spoken words. Always we should make use of active voice. When we are speaking, the voice should be active voice, with proper vocabulary, with proper pronunciation, with proper enunciation, with the short sentences, so that the verbal elements that we are speaking to the audience, they should understand what it is, and it should have a meaningful presentation. Otherwise, if the verbal elements are not concentrated during the speech will not be effective. Then, taking care of vocal elements. This is also one of the important concept of important part of speech, where the principle of speech, where the speaker should speak with voice modulation, with enthusiasm, whenever possible, wherever possible, uses the pitch accordingly. Then, seventh one is keeping the audience interesting alive. This is a very difficult task actually, especially in the general speeches. Keeping the audience interest alive is a very, very difficult task. But still, when the ethos, when the pathos and logos are incorporated, definitely the audience will have interest. The audience will have interest. The audience will be attentively listening to the speaker. When the audience get the friendly feeling, when the bond and rapport is built between the speaker and the audience in a friendly way, definitely the audience will be interested till the end. When the rapport build-up is not made by the speaker in the initial stage itself, then the audience may not be attentive. Then the eighth one is creating an effective conclusion. This is the last one. Conclusions can be effectively done when the speech is going to be ended up. At that time, whatever is spoken can be rehearsed or can be recalled once again. What is learned from this speech is recalled. Then the plan for action, requisition for plan for action or appealing for plan for action can be used for creating an effective conclusion. With a fitting verse of any poetry, with a suitable verse of any poetry can be used to make the effective conclusion. With a striking quotation by some eminent scholars can be used for creating the effective conclusion. Using any biblical quotation from religious epics or building a climax, one can create an effective conclusion. Dear students, speech is an art. That too, public speech is both art and science, one can say. While speaking, we need to keep some of the principles. What are those principles? What are those strategies? First, we have to prepare the material, plan for the material. Then after getting all the material required, we should deliver the speech. So while preparing the material and while delivering the speech, we need to follow some of the principles. So, in short, principles of presentation or principles of speech could be in only two forms. One is planning and preparation of the speech. The second one is delivering the speech. Now, let us discuss the next topic, that is principles of presentation. There are basically 4 principles of presentation. It is similar to speech. See, the very first one is strategy, second one is structure, the third one is support, and the fourth one is speech. All these 4 points are related to, they are interrelated to the strategies and principles of speech. Strategy means planning, structure means organizing, support means supporting materials to be collected, then delivering the speech. So all these 4 points, whatever we have discussed in the speech, is applicable here also. Strategy means planning and preparing the speech. Structure means organizing how the speech should be. Keeping all the supporting materials like visual aids or text or anything, something like that. Then delivering the presentation. So, in delivering the presentation or in following this, doing this presentation, PowerPoint presentation is a very renowned method. Most of the time orally some people present, but it will not have that much of effect as compared to the impact and effect that we can have in PowerPoint presentation with the use of LCD projectors, bar diagrams, graphical presentations, or presentation with facts and figures, symbols, or motivational videos. Dear students, I am going to wind up this session. Today we have learnt about how to make speeches effective, what are the principles and strategies that we need to follow in making the speeches effective, what are the principles that are to be followed in making the presentations effective, what are the strategies to be followed in making presentations effective. I have sent you the study material. Go through the study material. Try to collect the study material from other sources also, from the library, from the internet and other sources relating to the strategies and principles of public speech or speeches and the strategies or principles of presentation, and try to learn even better, even more. Try to solve the MCQ questions given at the end of the session. If you are not able to understand and if you have any doubt about any MCQ question, feel free to call me and get it clarified. Let us learn together. I am signing off now. Thank you very much for patience listening. Have a good day.